Stadium in Shelby, Ohio. The sun just heading down over the stands on the west side of the field. Those are the home field stands in Shelby, and they're filling in quickly. And down below us, Lexington fans have brought a pretty good contingent with them, too. Let's get to the starting lineups right now. First of all, the offensive units for Lexington, the visitors, and the home team, Shelby Whippets. First of all, for Lexington, let's check the offensive line first. At center, it's going to be number 65, Brody Taphorn. The guards will be number 61, Mike Dwyer, and number 63, Andy Bell. At tackles, number 53, Chris Mazie, and number 76, Chad Connie. At the receiver spot, the split end is going to be Bubby Flynn. He is number 43, and the tight end will be Todd Lothbaum, number 44, and they're going to be spelled in there by a couple of other players as well we'll get to as they come into the lineup. In the backfield at quarterback, it's going to be number 10, Derek McCormick. He is son of Butch McCormick, the head football coach at Lexington. The fullback will be Jeremy Weaver. He wears number 14. The tailback and the main man offensively for Lexington is going to be number 35, Ben Gerhardt, and the wingback, number 12, Joe Schwartzmiller. Offensively for the Shelby Whippets, the home team, losers 33-14 to Madison. The offensive line, one change. At center, it's going to be number 54, Tyler Stepsis. Tyler is, I believe, the son of Ron Stepsis, the former head football coach here at Shelby. At guards, it will be number 76, Sam Leibarger, and number 61, Steve Clark. The tackles, number 53, Tito Workman, and number 62, Andy Dawson. At split end, it'll be number 2, Ken Williams, and the tight end will be Matt Mott, number 99. He goes both ways. In the backfield, quarterback number 11, and it is Tony Seibert. We argued this one out last week, Jack, but it is Seibert. I found out for sure. I got a call. So I told him I was going to pronounce it right all game long. We both will. Fullback is number 20, Trent Patrick. The tailback, number 29, Jason Hoffman, and the wingback, number 24, Andy Studer. Now to the defenses for the Lexington Minutemen, and they have, what, Jack, 7 men who go both ways? Is that what we decided?
Yeah, 7 men go both ways for Lexington.
First of all, in the defensive line, they've got a 4-man front. Tackles will be number 65, Brody Taphorn, and number 63, Andy Bell. The ends, number 76, Chad Conning, and number 50, Rich Camilio. Linebackers, number 35, Ben Gerhardt, number 61, Mike Dwyer. The outside linebackers, number 12, Joe Schwartzmiller, and number 22, Shane Fawcett. At the corners, in the defensive backfield, number 24, Brian Schmidt, number 43, Bobby Flynn, and the safety is going to be Steve Leskovich. He wears number 20. In the defensive unit for the Shelby Whippets, no changes from last week there. The 4-3 setup goes like this. At the defensive line, tackles, number 75, Josh Ney, and number 57, Wade Roberts. The ends, number 63, Brad Thompson, and number 99, Matt Mott. Linebackers, number 33, Jerome Kurtz. He's the middle linebacker. The outside linebackers, number 20, Trent Patrick, and number 14, Matt Albert. And in the defensive backfield, number 86, Benji Lynch, and number 24, Andy Studer. And the other two will be number 29, Josh Hoffman, and number 90, the monster back, Heath McCormick. And, of course, several of those players go both ways as well. Kind of a pleasant night, though, Jack. Not nearly as humid as it was last week.
No, last night players were sweating when they walked out of the locker room. Tonight is a beautiful night for football. Clear blue sky and the sun just setting. So it should be exciting here at Skiles Stadium.
Nice field. It looks to be in great shape. Of course, nobody's played on it yet, so I guess that's one of the reasons why. And the Shelby Whippets are going to receive the opening kickoff and see what they can do with it offensively. Last week, in rushing, the Shelby offense gained just 43 yards on the ground. Obviously not too happy about that. 1.5 yards per carry. Lexington, as I said, will be doing the kicking off, and
Jason Stutz will be doing the kicking off for Lexington.
He's number 13. And we're ready to go, and the kick is away. Straight down the middle. Benji Lynch has it go over his head, and Huffman picks it up at about the 10. Skips away from a man at the 15, gets it out to about the 20, or, well, right around the 20-yard line, and that is it.
Mike Dwyer making the tackle on the play for the Minutemen.
So the Shelby offense will go to work right away.
Shelby already just inside Shelby.
Whippets, as I said, with Tony Seibert, their quarterback. Trent Patrick, the fullback, he's number 20. Split backfield now. That's Patrick to the left and Hoffman to the right. Hoffman gets the call, trying to get around the left end, gets the block, and skips ahead for just a couple of yards before he is knocked off his feet by the Lexington defensive man. And actually, that's number 54, who would be Matt Sweeney, 5'11", 175, and Matt in the starting lineup here at a linebacker spot.
2-yard gain on the play. First play for Hoffman, first carry.
Slot formation to the bottom of your screen. Deep man is Hoffman. Seibert fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, looks downfield. He's got Williams complete for a first down at about the 32-yard line.
Seibert's pass complete to Ken Williams.
And making the tackle was Jason Stutz, number 13. But it is a first down for Shelby, and just as we thought, Jack, they're coming out throwing here.
They loaded the one side of the field and run a nice hook pattern there by number 2. Good for a 10-yard completion.
Last week, Shelby 10 for 22 in the passing department. Handoff goes to Hoffman. Hoffman to the 20, make it the 35-yard line, and that is it. Hitting him is, I believe, Andy Bell got a shot at him.
Second and 7 for the Whippets at the Whippet 35.
Pick up of 3. It'll be second down, 7 to go. If you just joined us, this game is just underway from Skiles Stadium. I'm Mike Green. With me is Jack Soliday, and we'll have the play-by-play of this one, and that'll be followed by Gallion and Madison. Brian Harder and Joe Lorimer on hand for that one. Seibert to throw for the second time of the game. Now he's going to run out of the pocket, trying to get to the outside. He does. He's across the 40, and out of bounds in front of his own bench he goes. And it looks as though they're going to spot the ball right around the 39 or 40-yard line, maybe the 39.
Just short of the 40, bring up about a 3rd and 2. He did a nice job of scrambling out to his left. Lexington dropped in the zone. Defense took away the slant pattern that time, and he had no one to throw to.
2 tight ends now in this setup. Benji Lynch on the near side and Matt Mott on the top side. And Seibert again to throw. Downfield he looks, fires it. Nobody there. Closest man to it was one of the Lexington defenders, number 22, Shane Fawcett. And it falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down, and the Whippets will have to punt it away. So, 1 first down in that drive. And they're going to have to punt it.
But it looks like Shelby is committed to throwing the ball a little bit more this game, as Coach said before the game, about 50% of the time.
Thompson to punt. Nice spiraling kick comes out of there. And comes down to the 43-yard line. Bubby Flynn brings it back for the Lexington Minutemen, and Lexington will start play from the 42. That's where they say his knee touchdown. Thompson was the kicker. He averaged 38.5 yards on 3 punts last week against Madison. And the Lexington offense has Derek McCormick, the quarterback, number 10, a big kid, 6'4", 185 pounds, just a junior. Handoff goes up the middle, and Ben Gerhardt bounces off a tackler and gets it across the 45.
Good second effort there by Gerhardt. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage and drove forward for a gain of 4.
You might want to keep your eye on number 20 defensively for the Shelby Whippets. That's Trent Patrick playing an inside linebacker. He had, or was in on, 20 tackles in the game last week against the Madison Rams. He goes both ways, fullback on offense, linebacker on defense. 2nd and 6. McCormick keeps the ball himself and gets it to about the 48-yard line. Wade Roberts brings him down there.
McCormick and Roberts again on the top to the Whippets.
Lexington came out with an option into their weak side or away from their overload on the right-hand side. Well defensed by the Shelby left or right end here.
Ready to go now are the Lexington Minutemen on 3rd and 5. And the handoff to Gerhardt. He'll be short. In fact, he's going to be short of the midfield stripe. A conservative call that time by the Minutemen. As they come up well short of the first down. And we'll have to kick it away.
Shelby,
I'm sorry, Jack.
Shelby doing a good job of stopping Lexington on third down. One of the problems they had last week against Madison, stopping them on third down.
McCormick was 5 of 11 passing last week, and a good rush put on, and that ball was almost blocked. But it comes out of there pretty good, and it takes a good Lexington roll inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. And falling on the ball right there is Brian Smith. Brian voted Special Teams Player of the Week last week. Down there quickly to cover the kick, and it was almost blocked.
Shelby had 3 men coming right up the middle, and kind of amazing that punt wasn't blocked.
7 minutes, 39 seconds to go here in the first quarter. First and 10, Shelby. As the Whippets have the ball for the second time this evening. Quarterback is still Tony Seibert. He's number 11. Handoff goes to Trent Patrick this time, the fullback. Short yardage. Trying the middle of the line that time, and hitting him first was Mike Dwyer, number 61.
Shelby coming with a little counter play up the middle. This is what Coach Stacy was talking about. Field position will determine on what kind of plays they can run. They get in the middle of the field, they'll be able to pass the ball a little bit more. Down here this close to the end zone, they're going to try to pound it at Lexington.
Second down and 8 to go. Williams split way to the left. In the slot is Studer. Seibert rolling to his left, hands back to Patrick. Got some open field for a moment and comes to the near sideline, and they're closed on quickly by a couple of the Minutemen. Sweeney was there. So was number 22, Shane Fawcett. And they bring Trent Patrick down. Picked up 7 yards, and he's going to be a yard short of the first down. So it'll bring up third down and a yard to go.
Shelby running nice misdirection plays down here away from the Lexington pursuing defense.
Big play now for the Whippets. Third down and a yard to go. Slot formation, short side of the field. Handoff comes to Hoffman. He's got the first down and then some, and he's knocked out of bounds in front of the Lexington bench. So a first down for the Shelby Whippets, their second first down of the ball game. First came by the passing route. This time they pick it up at the ground. No score in the ball game. As we said, Lexington won their opener by a score of 28-6 at Ontario last Friday night, while Shelby was losing 33-14 at Madison. Shelby, a member of the Northern Ohio League. Lexington, of course, the Ohio Heartland Conference. First and 10, Williams split wide to the left. So the slot man is Studer, and on the delayed draw play, Hoffman gets the call, tries to step away from a man, but a good tackle that time. And we're going to try to find out exactly who that was. I think it was number 13, Jason Stutz, with a good, sure tackle around the waist. Brings him down after a short gain, maybe 3 yards. Looked like he might break it for a few more than that.
Excellent kick-out block by the pulling guard, but Stutz read it properly. Cornerback on this side came up and filled the hole.
Second and 7, Shelby football. Seibert rolling to his left, fires it downfield and knocked away by Schwartzmiller. Well, he had some open field had he been able to grab that football.
But he did the smart thing. He batted it down. He wasn't sure if he could intercept it, so he batted it away from the receiver. Good play by Joe Schwartzmiller.
Joe is another one of the two-way performers for the Minutemen. Plays a wing-back in offense and that defensive back spot as well. Well, actually an outside linebacker spot. Second down. Well, wait, it should be about third down, I believe, in 7. They've got the scoreboard wrong. Third and 7. Another passing situation for Shelby, and Seibert is back. Pump fires over the middle. It is knocked away. Knocked away at the last moment by Bubby Flynn. Good defending that time by Bubby as he stepped in front of the intended receiver, Andy Studer, and knocked it away. Fell to the ground incomplete, and Lexington should come out of here with pretty good field position.
Good pass.
Thompson comes back in to do the kicking. As we said, he averaged 38.5 yards per kick on the 3 punts of last week. Bobby Flynn is back there, along with Shane Fawcett standing at about their own 36-yard line. Flag is down. Ball hits the 45, bounds ahead of the 38, picked up by Flynn. Flynn is across the midfield stripe into Shelby territory.
Shelby had only 10 men on the field, and the man that would have been on the left side of the end of the line for Shelby was running on the field and was in motion when the ball was snapped. I think Lexington, with excellent field position here, it's only a 5-yard penalty, has to decline the penalty and take the ball in Shelby territory.
I think that's what they're going to do, but while they talk it over, we'll pause for a moment. No score in the ball game from Shelby. Nothing. We'll be back after this.
Hi.
They did decline the penalty, so Lexington has the ball in Shelby territory, 1st and 10. McCormick stumbles coming out from underneath center. Now he's going to run with the ball, 45, and to the 43-yard line he goes. Trent Patrick tackles him there. As we said, Derek McCormick is a big quarterback. 6'4", 185 pounds, a little gangly, looked a little bit like Bernie running out of that pocket that time.
Not quick, but he's got an excellent arm. Nobody open, though, Shelby. Good defense.
The gain was 4. 2nd and 6. Draw play up the middle. Gerhardt, 40, 35, steps away and spins down. It's about the 34-yard line. Ben Gerhardt, a hard-running senior, 5'11", 183. Had a big game last week, as we said, for the Minutemen against the...
He had 113 yards against Ontario rushing last week. I believe in only 15 carries.
Actually, 131 yards. 1st and 10, Lexington. And Gerhardt gets the call again. Gerhardt is close to another first down before he's smothered across the way. Josh Huffman is in there for Shelby, along with the monster back Heath McCormick. He's number 90. You can see him there. Heath, a wrestler, and a good one, too. He went to the States. But it should be
gain of 9 for Gerhardt.
Lexington comes to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and a yard to go at the 24-yard line, and up the middle goes the fullback, and he's got the first down. Jeremy Weaver gets the call and has the first down.
First carry of the night for the fullback.
Jeremy Weaver is a junior, 5'10", 170. Lexington on the move here. They started this drive at the Shelby 48-yard line. They're now at the 22, 1st down and 10 to go. With the ball is Weaver again. Weaver with pretty good yardage, too, as Matt Albert got a handful of his jersey, and he was able to spin away, Weaver was, for additional yardage.
Lexington going for big yards behind that right side of the unbalanced line. Shelby takes the timeout.
Shelby wants to talk it over here as Lexington's putting together a pretty good drive here with about 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. A reminder about Sports Talk this coming Tuesday night, a very special Sports Talk from the Richland Mall. We'll be taping the show before a live audience, hopefully you, from 5:30 to 6:30. And my guest will be Scott Pruitt, the True Sports IndyCar driver, and perhaps a surprise, too. We may just have another driver. In any event, we'll have seats and plenty of standing room for you. It'll be a chance for you to ask questions of Scott Pruitt and our other guest, if indeed he does show up. And then you can go home and watch yourself on television on TV 50 from 7 to 8 o'clock. That is this Tuesday night, the 10th of September. And I think it's going to be a fun evening. So mark it down on your calendars. Tuesday night, Sports Talk from the Richland Mall. 2nd down and 5 to go. Lexington now huddles and breaks the huddle. Out they come. No score in the game yet, but Lexington is threatening. Pitch back comes to Gerhardt. Gerhardt sweeping the right and is converged on by about 3 Whippets. The man who was down low to make a good, sure tackle was number 74, and that's Kevin Howell, a 6'1", 180-pound sophomore. Thompson was also in there. And Matt Albert, too. Third down and a couple to go now for Lexington. The ball resting at the 14-yard line. McCormick brings them out. Back to throw. Looking. Pumps once. Fires over the middle. And behind Jason Stutes. Incomplete.
Stutes was wide open in the end zone, but McCormick threw it behind him.
That brought an ooh and an ah from the fans below us, and they are the Lexington fans.
Lexington coach McCormick calling for a timeout, wants to discuss this fourth down play. Obviously, they're going to go for it.
It'll be 4th and 2 on the incomplete pass. McCormick just threw it a little bit behind him. And now the coach will go out to have a word with the offensive unit, which pretty much involved in the offensive side of the game for the Lexington Minutemen. He is talking it over right now. And across the way, Tom Stacy, of course, having a few words with his club as well. We mentioned the Lexington Minutemen won their opener, and talking to Butch McCormick today, he was a little bit, I wouldn't say upset, but frustrated, I guess, because as he said last week, they were going to get stomped on by Ontario. This week, they become everybody's favorite. And he says Shelby probably a better team than they faced last week in the Ontario Warriors, and that's to take nothing away from the Warriors, but that's the way he looked at it anyway. Here we go. They are going to go for it. 4th down and a couple to go. Quarterback McCormick. Pitch back comes to Gerhardt. Gerhardt has that first down, and he's still on the move, and he's knocked out of bounds as Ben Gerhardt takes it, I believe, inside the 5-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. Looks to me like he's down around the 4-yard line on that run, scooting right in. Got a good block, cut inside it, and was all the way down to the 3-yard line, they say now, before he was run out of bounds.
Andy Bell, the right guard, made that play, getting the kick-out block on the cornerback, allowing Gerhardt to rumble for 14 yards.
1st and goal from the 3, and up the middle goes the fullback Weaver, very close, and he's in. Jeremy Weaver, right up the middle. And you got to credit the offensive line in front of him with some great blocking.
The entire offensive line for that entire drive. Only all on the ground, one pass attempted, and that was incomplete.
Andy Bell, Brody Taphorn, Mike Dwyer. Those are the 3 men from guard to guard, and the tackles Conning and Maisie. And it's a 6-0 ball game. Lexington first on the board here. Comes with 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the extra point is going to be attempted by Stutes. Now we've got whistles.
Delay a game against Lexington. Stutes has a wrap that he cocks his ankle up with. Make sure that his foot stays good and cocked on the kick itself, and it took too long getting the strap on. Similar to Madison's problem last week with changing the shoes.
Paul Burton had a heck of a time trying to get the shoes on and off for the extra point tries. He caught a couple of penalties. Now the kick is up and it's blocked. And Jerome Kurtz, I think, was the first man through there to get a hand on it.
Along with number 20.
That's Trent Patrick.
Trent Patrick.
So, the extra point missed. And that means that the score is now 6-0 in favor of the Lexington Minutemen with 2:22 to go, first quarter. And the Lexington fans are on their feet below us. If it looks as though we're a little low, we are. We're probably not more than, what do you figure, 12, 14 feet off the ground.
No
well,
more.
We don't have far to fall anyway. Consequently, you're not going to get a lot of over-the-top type shots tonight. We'll do our best, though. Lights are on here at Skiles Stadium. This stadium, by the way, the west side of it was actually rebuilt in 1957. I know that because I helped rebuild it. Our football team had to come in and help I think maybe it was 56. I'm not sure. 56 or 57. But anyway, I remember part of the job of being a member of the football team at Shelby that year was helping to build the stadium, or at least do some of the finish work. And pretty nice facility now. Has been for 30-some years. There's the kick. Comes all the way down to Hoffman. Hoffman is hit, and I mean really stuck by Bubby Flynn and Smith.
Hoffman never saw him coming from his blind side as he started to break to the right. Flynn come in from the left.
Smith, Brian Smith, as we said, was the special teams player of the week last week, and it's easy to see why. So the Whippets start play at their own 21, trailing 6-0 here in the latter stages of the first quarter. And we're going to have a flag, and did we get movement from Shelby or encroachment?
Seibert changed his cadence, drawing the Lexington players offside.
By the way, last week, I think I must have said that Lexington was a Division I team. They are not Division I in football. They're Division I in basketball, not football. I think that's the first penalty of the game, is it not, Jack?
Yes, it is. There was one other was declined on Shelby for illegal motion.
Williams split left, flank to the right side, or the bottom of your screen is Studer. Deep man in the I formation is Hoffman, and he gets the call. And just as it looked like he might break free, a great tackle by Sweeney, Matt Sweeney, number 54. Good ankle tackle. Stopped him after just a very short gain.
Every time it looks like Shelby's going to break one, Lexington's excellent linebackers come in and stop the play for a short gain.
Now it was first down and 5 to go with the penalty, so it's now second down and about 3 for Shelby at the 27. Second game that you'll be seeing on this sports weekend at game time will, of course, be Gallion and Madison from Gallion High School. Trent makes that Seibert rolling to his left to fire. Upfield, it's almost intercepted. Joe Schwartzmiller again, very close to an interception.
Seibert throwing into traffic there. Intended receiver surrounded by 3 white shirts.
Seibert, a right-hander, a right-hander rolling to his left, and that's a difficult throw for anybody, but he couldn't pull it off that time. That's about the second time that's happened.
He had a little daylight there. He could have pulled it down, maybe run for the first down also.
Benji Lynch comes in. Matt Mott goes out at the tight end spot for Shelby with the play from the sidelines, and that's Tom Stacy. Sending it in. Slot formation to the top of your screen. Tight end on that side is Lynch. Seibert with the hand back, and I think that's Aaron Hinkle, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Aaron with short yardage. It is enough for the first down, however. Aaron Hinkle, just a sophomore, 5'6", 140 pounds. His father, a fine football player here at Shelby, just a couple of years ago. Brian Smith, by the way, was in the game at, I think, linebacker spot. I don't see him in there right now, though. On a 1st and 10 from the 31, Seibert's still the quarterback. 2-step drop, fires it downfield and over the head of Williams. Seibert just not on the mark right now.
He's looking on. He did a nice job of looking the defense off, coming back the other side, just threw it high. Man was open. 2 new backs in the backfield for Shelby. Also in, number 33, Jerome Kurtz is in at the up back. You have a tailback and a fullback in the Shelby backfield.
Jerome, a linebacker on defense. Hinkle is the deep man in the eye. As Seibert wants to throw again. Rolling to his right this time. Fires it. Got a man open. That's Studer. And he's got it at the 40-yard line. And he's knocked off his feet right there. Shane Fawcett makes the tackle for Lexington. And it's going to be about a yard shy of another Shelby first down. Bring up third down, actually a little more than a yard. They call it 2. Hinkle goes out. Hoffman comes back in. Patrick comes back in. Studer goes out.
Tony Seibert just 2 of 7 on the night for 19 yards through the air.
And that's the end of the first quarter, as the Whippets do not get another play off here. The end of the first period here at Skiles Stadium, Shelby, Ohio, with the Lexington. Minutemen leading the Shelby Whippets by That's a little bit of creative photography from our cameraman, Gogi Micey. We're in Shelby, Ohio, home of the Whippets, who trail the Minutemen of Lexington right now as we start second quarter action. Score of 6-0. Here comes Shelby out over the football. Third down and a couple to go. Seibert hands back to Hoffman. Hoffman hit at the line of scrimmage and stood up, and now he's very close to the first down. It looked as though he was going to be stopped short of the first down, but was able to surge ahead and get it. Chris Mazie was there, but they couldn't stop him, and it's a first down, Shelby, at their own 42.
Having just looked at the flag blowing here at Skiles Stadium, Shelby have a little bit of a breeze at their back now, second quarter, and they'll want to put it up in the air a little bit more.
First and 10, Shelby. Slot formation to the bottom of your screen. Number 2 is Williams. Quarterback is Seibert, rolling to his left. Pumps once, fires it downfield. It's going to come up short. Tipped, well, very close to being tipped by Flynn, and then almost caught by Studer, who came back for it. But he just didn't have enough in the ball that time, Jack.
Just underthrew it a little bit. Man was behind the defenders. Could have been 6 for Shelby. But it's very difficult, like you said earlier, for him to roll to his left. He's got to stop, pivot, and throw the ball down the field.
Here's the TV50 program now with the weather rapidly changing. Stay on top of it with TV50's exclusive color weather radar. And John Badenhoff, part of the home team on TV50's Evening Journal. Second and 10, Shelby. Seibert again to throw. Got Williams, but tipped away beautifully by Bobby Flynn. He came in like he was shot out of a gun and stepped in front of Williams and knocked the ball away. Just when it looked as though the split end was going to be able to haul it in and pick up pretty good yardage.
Nice slant pattern there run by Williams. He's got to come back to the ball a little bit, though.
It seems to me as though Seibert might be waiting just a count too long before releasing the football.
He's trying to throw it into the Lexington zone.
Third and 10. Shelby would have to, you think, throw it again this time. Nope, draw play. Up the middle goes Hoffman. Hoffman, good yardage, and going to be, it looks about a yard short of a first down.
They'll be real close, about a half a yard short, but they're across midfield.
Andy Dawson was out in front of him, the offensive tackle, 6'3", 195-pound junior, and he was upset, I think, because they came up just that yard short, but they may go for it. I think they're going to go for it.
I think you have to. You're got some momentum going here for Shelby. You're a half yard short. You may have a different cadence. Try to draw Lexington offside to get the penalty. Glass Hoffman up there behind the right side.
Fourth and less than a yard to go. And the call was made by Mr. Soliday, who became a prophet. And Shelby used that play to perfection that time to pick up a very big first down and keep the drive alive. Good run by Hoffman that time.
5-yard run right behind the right side of his line.
He's a junior, 5'9", 160-pounder. Ball at the 43 of Lexington now. Shelby first and 10. Seibert again to throw. Got a man out there and complete to Williams on a sideline route. Stepped out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. It'll be second down, 5 to go.
Just inside the Lexington 37.
In just a minute, I want our cameraman to get a shot of the sideline crew here because this is a veteran group. I'm going to talk about them in a little bit. Ball at the 37, second and 5 for Shelby. Seibert, the quarterback. Kurtz is still in there at fullback, and he gets the call, and he's tripped up as he tried to step away from number 63, Andy Bell, and Bell got an ankle. Kurtz stumbled ahead for maybe a yard. Maybe not.
Short gain, if any, on the play.
9 minutes and 45 seconds to go first half, and the clock is on the move. 6-0 Lexington leads. Their touchdown came on a 3-yard run by Jeremy Weaver. On 3rd and 6, Seibert barks the signal. Rolls again to his left. Fires out here to Studer. He has it. He's got the first down at the 30. Inside the 30. Then out of bounds. Run out by Bubby Flynn. So they're going to try that play till it works. And it worked that time.
They're doing an excellent job of cutting down the ball side Lexington defensive end, giving Seibert a good shot at the receivers up the field where he can run or pass the ball.
Ball's at the 29, first and 10 Shelby. And out they come. Henkel, I'll make that Hoffman is still in there at the tailback spot. Kurtz is the running back, and it's Hoffman with the ball. Hoffman steps inside the 25 to about the 23, and Schwartzmiller, Maisie, and Sweeney, along with Bubby Flynn, converge to make the tackle.
Shelby doing a nice job of mixing up their plays. Another little misdirection draw to Huffman.
Good gain of the play. Ball is resting out the 24, the PA announcer says. We'll take his word for it. It is second down, 6 to go. Seibert sparks the signals, and I think Lexington jumped offside again. The man who made a quick move was Brody Taphorn, number 65. And they'll march 5 more yards off against the Minutemen. Chad Koenig comes in. Chris Maisie, Martin Maisie's son, comes out. So the mark-off will make it second down and about a yard to go for the first down for the Whippets.
Seibert doing a good job of changing his cadence. Shelby going unbalanced right this time.
Seibert gives to Hoffman. Hoffman steps over a tackler, goes into about the 15-yard line, and inside the 15 down to very near the 11, perhaps the 10 before he stopped. I think they're going to mark it at the 11-yard line. Josh Hoffman with a good read at the line of scrimmage as he stepped away from the tackler and was able to get inside to about the 11-yard line where it's going to be first and 10. Shelby Whippets as they have put together their first real scoring threat of the night.
Shelby giving Lexington a little bit of their own system, going unbalanced right that time and running behind the overload side. Doing it again here to the left.
Kurtz and Hoffman, the running backs, in behind the quarterback Seibert, and Hoffman's going to get the call, and Hoffman's going to get some yardage. Off the left side, the strong side, and the man at the bottom of the pile for the Lexington Minutemen was Steve Leskovich. Came up from his safety spot to make the tackle. 8 minutes exactly to go first half. Second down for the Shelby Whippets. 8 yards after the 2-yard carry for Hoffman. And let's see what they do here. Put the end, Williams wide to the right, puts Studer in the slot that side. Seibert rolls that way. Looking for Williams. He was all alone. He fires it. Williams over his head. And again, Jack, he was about 2 counts too late throwing that football. Williams was absolutely all alone near the pylon.
I think he lost him in the crowd down there. He didn't get a chance to see him. There was some early pressure by Lexington. He was more worried about getting away from the pressure. Missed Williams in the corner of the end zone, then overthrew him when he did finally see him.
So that'll bring up third down and 9 to go for Shelby from the 10. They can get the first down without making a touchdown.
I look for him to run basically the same play here. It was open.
Same formation. Seuss is out there on Williams. Now the handoff goes up the middle to Hoffman. And that'll bring a cheer from the Lexington fans and a murmur from the Shelby side. No gain on that play at all. In fact, a loss on the play, a pretty good loss of about 5 yards. And we're going to get
field goal.
A field goal attempt, and their kicker, too, is having trouble changing shoes, and he better hurry because they can't afford a penalty on this one. He'll have an angle at it. That's Kurtz, Jerome Kurtz, number 33. The ball is spotted at the 20. It'll be a 30-yard attempt for Kurtz.
With the wind at his back.
Ball is spotted. The kick is no good. Off to the right and short. Well, might not have been short, but it is off to the right. So the ball goes over to the Lexington Minutemen as they stiffen and hold at their own 14-yard line, and Shelby comes up short as they fail on a couple of passes. One in particular hurts them badly.
That was a 15-yard or 15-play drive by Shelby, starting on their own 21. take it down to the 9 of Lexington and come away with nothing. That's got to be a little deflating.
Here we go, Lexington football. McCormick brings his club out. Gerhardt gets the call. Gerhardt gets some daylight at left guard and tackle. Brings it across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Pickup of about 8 yards in the play. It'll be second down and 2 to go. Ball at the 27. Between 2 and 3 yards, but we'll call it second down and 2. And the handoff goes up the middle and nowhere to go that time. As the middle of that line really stiffened. There's Heath McCormick, number 90. And we'll see who's at the bottom of the pile. Well, we see that now, number 61. And I think that's Steve Clark. It is. Co-captain. He and Benji Lynch and Trent Patrick, along with Matt Mott, quad captains for the Whippets.
They did give Gerhardt a yard gain on the play. He now has 50 yards in the first half.
Third down and a couple. And Gerhardt with running room, 40, 42-yard line before Hoffman and Jerome Kurtz make the tackle. Good hard-nosed runner, Ben Gerhardt. Clock down to 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go, first half. And on the move again as the referee blows the whistle.
Lexington came with a nice misdirection play, sending the fullback one way, Gerhardt the other for the first down.
Ball is at the 42. Draw play to Gerhardt, and he's diagnosed and stopped in the backfield, and the man who made the stop was Josh May, number 75.
Loss of 2, but there's a flag on the play by the line judge. Legal motion against Lexington.
Let's get these down here on the sidelines. The crew with the chains, I want to tell you a little bit about them right here. This is maybe the veteran crew in the area. They did the All-Star game this year, the McDonald's All-Star. There's Butch Payne. Butch Payne has been doing chain work here in Shelby. And to his right, we'll move over. There's Larry Robinette right there. He holds the yard marker. And down at this end, we've got Larry Craighead. Just wanted to make sure I acknowledge them. One of the great chain gangs in Ohio.
The field pistols crew having a little trouble deciding where the original line of scrimmage was. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. I thought maybe Shelby would decline that. It's only a 5-yard penalty. They had a 2-yard loss on the play.
Original line of scrimmage was the 42. The penalty takes the ball to the 37.
First and 15 for Lexington. McCormick with the ball, and Gerhardt gets the handoff. Short yardage to about the 40. Thompson made the tackle.
On the initial hit, clean up by Thompson.
5 minutes, 3 seconds remaining, first half from Skiles Field, Skiles Stadium, whichever you prefer. Home of the Shelby Whippets. Finished third in the NOL last year, 6-4 record. The gain was 3 at second down and 12 to go. To this side is Sam Mazie, split end, number 82. And the handoff up the middle goes to, I believe it's Weaver.
Stopped at the line for no gain.
It was Weaver. He scored the Lexington touchdown. And the middle of the line for Shelby would have none of that.
It's a pick down for Shelby. Here we are at 3rd and 12. There's still 4:37 left to go in the first half. They could get the ball back in decent shape and try to get on the scoreboard.
Lexington has been very hesitant to put the ball up. Let's see what happens here in a 3rd and 12. McCormick, the big 6'4 quarterback, barks the signals, rolls to his right, looking for Mazie, fires it downfield. He's got a man. That's Jason Stoops, complete. First down out of bounds at the 40. And a flag.
Late flag.
I think we're going to have a late hit by Shelby. Jason Stoops, as Mazie cleared out the area, and Stoops came underneath with the pass catch from Derek McCormick. Stops the clock with 4:16 to go, and we've got a personal foul against Shelby, and you can tack on 15 more yards from the 40. It'll take it all the way into the 25-yard line with 4:16 to go.
As you said, the one Lexington receiver cleared out the defense, running a fly pattern. The other receiver broke it to the sideline for just past the first down marker.
The man who cleared out the area was Sam Maisie, number 82. He was at the split end spot. He just headed right straight downfield. The corner went with him, and Stoops cut it up short. Took a perfect pass from McCormick, and then the 15-yard penalty takes it into the 25. The pitch goes outside to Gerhardt. Gerhardt with about 3 or 4 tough yards before he's brought down out there. Thompson was there, along with Clark, 63 and 61 respectively. In with the play from the sideline for Lexington comes Todd Loftbaum, number 44. Clock shows 3 minutes, 53 seconds to go, first half. Lexington leads 6-0, and they're on the move again late in the first half. And McCormick up the middle gives the ball to Weaver, short yardage. Kurtz was there, Thompson was there again, and also helping out was number 76, Sam Leibarger.
If Lexington can get on the board here in the last 3:30 of the first half, they will also have the ball to start the second half. So this could be a very crucial series here, both for Shelby's defense and Lexington's offense.
Here we come on the third down and 5 to go. Slot formation on the near side. Back to pass McCormick over the middle. It's complete to Stoops and a great catch. And Kurtz makes the tackle inside the 5 at the 4.
Shelby got caught in a blitzing situation that time. Stoops broke it back across the formation, made a beautiful leaping catch.
Jason Stoops really distinguishing himself here as a receiver, a 6-foot, 177-pound senior wingback, also plays defensive back. First and goal at the 4 for Lexington. The clock on the move at 2 minutes, 54 seconds to go here in the first half. Lexington trying to add to the lead. With the ball is Gerhardt, and he's going to go nowhere. In fact, he's going to lose yardage. Trent Patrick grabbed a hold of his leg, and he had nowhere to go. Then a couple of the Whippets came over the top, and down goes Gerhardt. Maybe lost a yard that time. Actually, 2. It'll be second down and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Fawcett comes in with the play, replacing Loftbaum.
Tough yardage down here. Look for a little misdirection play from Lexington.
McCormick back to throw. Looked over the middle. He got a man all alone. That's Jason Stoops. Touchdown, Lexington.
Excellent fake into the line by McCormick. Throws the linebackers. Stoops, the tight end, broke open right down the middle for an easy pass touchdown.
So the Minutemen now go on top by a score of 12-0, and now they've got to try to figure out how they're going to get this extra point kicked with the shoe change and all. And they'll probably call a timeout. They do call a timeout here to talk about it. So with the score, 12-0, Lexington leading Shelby, we'll pause for these words. Have the extra point attempted by Lexington here, and we've been gone a couple of minutes.
Well, since Lexington missed the first extra point to kick, I think they've decided to go for 2. They were indecisive, so they called their second timeout on the extra point attempt here.
Well, they were fairly decisive on that drive, and now they can't figure out how to get the extra point. 4 points.
Right, Lexington went at 80 yards in 11 plays. McCormick 3 for 3 through the air that time for 42 yards on the drive.
All to Stoops. Stoops made 2 big catches, and then the touchdown grab right over the middle, and it looked as though they had kind of set that play up, Jack. They threw to the outside a couple of times and then just put him right up through the middle, and nobody was there.
Right, a lot of teams will call that a hot pass. Just fake to the tailback up the middle and hit your tailback or tight end right over the middle. Freezes the linebackers.
Now they're going to go for 2. Handoff goes to Joe Schwartzmiller, and he's got the 2 points. And maybe it was worth the wait. I know as far as the Lexington fans are concerned, it was.
First time the Shelby defense has seen that play, a little counter to the wingback Schwartzmiller. Good conversion.
So that makes it 14-0. Lexington over Shelby here with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first half. And the Whippets just have not been able to put things together. They stopped themselves in that drive down at the other end of the field, the south end of the field here not too long ago. And I know that Tom Stacy can't be too happy about the way things have been going here.
Now, once again, he's burned by a 3rd and 11 conversion for a first down. Lexington goes on and scores a touchdown. Anytime you have the team 3rd and long, about 75% of the time you're going to stop them. Shelby hasn't done that.
So Suits, who has been the man of the moment here, well, actually the man of the last couple moments, will do the kicking off. Hoffman is back along with Benji Lynch and Aaron Hinkle. Hoffman in the middle to receive the kick. As it's beginning to cool off a bit here at Skiles Field. Hoffman waiting for the ball, has it at the 15, ahead of the 20, 25, 30-yard line he goes before he is brought down. And Bubby Flynn comes out of there with a hand raised. He's happy. Joe Schwartzmiller's at the bottom of the pile. And Shelby will try to move the ball 70 yards or thereabouts, maybe 69 yards, because they're going to mark it with the nose of the football almost at the 31-yard line. Seibert has gone all the way at quarterback for Shelby. Rolling to his right. Pressure from the backside. Gets it upfield, and it's intended for Studer. Did he catch it? Nope. In fact, the man who came out of there with the football was Jason Stutz, who is everywhere.
Almost made a great interception there on the deflected pass.
Jeremy Weaver comes in on defense for the Lexington Minutemen, and out comes Mike Dwyer.
Lexington firing their corner on the backside. No one came out on his side. Schwartzmiller was in hot pursuit of Seibert on that play.
Schwartzmiller had to tie his shoes, and now we're ready as he accomplished that task. And now the official blows the whistle again. Williams is put about 12 yards to the left, or at the bottom of your screen, just out of your picture. And Seibert, the quarterback, looks behind him. Now bends under center. Steps back and fires it over the middle. Complete to Benji Lynch. Good pass, good catch. Caught it, and he's down. He's got the first down at the 42-yard line.
Once again, just that hot pass right over the middle to the tight end.
Dwyer back in for Lexington defensively as Shelby with the hurry-up offense. And again, Seibert fires it. It is complete to Williams, and he's knocked out of bounds. Did he catch the ball? Nope, they say incomplete. As the hit was made, I think by Jason Stutz or Joe Schwartzmiller. I think it was Stutz, and Schwartzmiller almost dove for the football. Also out there was number 22, and that's Shane Fawcett. A minute 28 to go, first half. Second down, 10 to go Shelby. The ball at their own 41-yard line, and they trail 14-zip. Now here comes Studer into the slot on the near side. And a whistle, and I think we'll have delay of game. Too long to set up that play.
Usually the back judge will call that. I think some sort of illegal procedure. One of the linemen picked his hand up for Shelby once he was set.
Right, it was a procedure called not delay of game. So that'll move the ball back out to the
umpire having trouble spotting the ball.
We're going to have to get him to the eye doctor here.
He wants those 7-yard penalties instead of 5-yard.
We could come up with a whole new game here. Seibert on the delay to Hoffman. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go that time. In fact, he gained absolutely nothing. Ball will be spotted right back at the 36. It'll be third down and 16. And now Shelby calls a timeout here with a minute 12 to go first half. As they want to talk things over, and they need to talk it over. Say, if you don't want to wait to find out what's happening in Mansfield, be sure to turn on the Evening Journal here on TV 50. It's a full hour of local news, weather, sports, and features with Jane Embody and Steve Nelson. They do the news, as you may know. Sean Badenoff has the weather, and I have the sports. Every weeknight, 5 until midnight, only on TV 50, your home team. And Jack, you know, before we move along, we really got to pass along our real heartfelt concern and prayers, and you know, the loss of the two young men. You knew them well. I know Darren Brooks and Ronnie Holmes. We want to extend our condolences to their family and friends, and they had many friends in the Mansfield area.
I know most of the teachers in the Mansfield schools that had them were totally shocked this morning when we heard the news. I know I was.
Seibert throws it complete to a Lexington man. Shane Fawcett with the interception. Fawcett and another Minuteman defender were the two closest players to the football. And this has not been Tony's half. He's had a rough go here in the first half, and there's enough time left for Lexington to try to do something offensively here. We have 1 minute and 6 seconds. The clock is moving as they take over at the Shelby 40-yard line. First down and 10 to go, and out they come in a hurry.
I think Lexington will take a couple shots long. They're coming out in a passing formation.
Maisie split to the bottom of the screen. Back to pass. McCormick fires it deep. He's got a man out there all alone. Touchdown, Ben Gerhardt. 40 yards on the scoring pass from McCormick to Ben Gerhardt.
Gerhardt at the tailback spot as McCormick rolled a little bit to his right. Just ran right up the sideline. Nobody even close to him. Beautiful design play by Lexington.
Well, the Shelby fans are in shock across the way, and the Lexington fans are in ecstasy right now below us. 40 yards on the pass from Derek McCormick to Ben Gerhardt, and the extra point attempt will be made by Stutz. Quinn will hold. The ball is spotted, and this time it's good. No good, they say. I'm sorry. I was looking at the outstretched arms of the man who tried to kick it, and that was Jason Stutz, but nevertheless, lightning quick score by the Lexington Minutemen as they intercept a pass at the Shelby 40, and on the next play, with just about 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the first half, McCormick hits Gerhardt.
It's almost deja vu for Shelby from last week. He had the fumbled punt, which allowed Madison to get the ball in the last under 2 minutes, and they went in for a touchdown right at the end of the first half to put Shelby down 21-0. Now here again you have the interception turnover, which allows Lexington to go in again under a minute for another score, and it's not looking good for Shelby.
They've been their own worst enemy here, although Lexington has taken advantage of mistakes, but you got to certainly give the Minutemen credit. And Derek McCormick has to be gaining confidence with every play.
Right, he missed his first pass of the night when he threw behind Stutz in the end zone, who was wide open. He's now connected on 4 in a row.
Short kick this time by Stutz, as he doesn't want to give the big run back to Shelby, and they don't get it. And the man who covered the football for Shelby was number 50, and that is Jason Schrock. 44 seconds left, first half. Tony Seibert comes back out to run the offense for the Whippets. Remember to stay tuned at halftime for both bands. I believe both bands, yeah. Well, yeah, the Lexington Band of Gold down to our right, and, of course, the Whippet Marching Band down to our left. And the handback comes to Studer, and wrapping him up in a hurry is Joe Schwartzmiller.
All the action going away from Schwartzmiller, so he's on a fire from his cornerback position. He ran right into the misdirection coming back at him.
Andy Studer was the ball carrier, and he was, well, just about as soon as Seibert handed him the ball, he was wrapped up by Joe Schwartzmiller, and a big loss of 9 yards, and that's going to do it for the first half as Shelby is going to let the clock run out here. As both teams head to the locker room, and the Whippets find find themselves down 20-0 here at halftime in their home opener. And the Lexington Minutemen have looked very, very good. And I can tell you this, the bands, they're both going to look very, very good. You're going to hear all the music of halftime here on TV 50's Sports Weekend Game Time, the Whippets and Lexington. And we'll be back with band performances from both schools after these words. Snapped. Seibert's still the quarterback, number 11. He had a tough first half, but hopefully he'll, for Shelby fans anyway, be able to turn things around.
Once again, he drew Lexington interior lineman off with his voice. 5-yard penalty. Third one of the night where he's drawn the lineman off by just changing his cadence, rhythm, calling the signals.
Hoffman's the running back in behind him. With him is Trent Patrick. Matt Mott's the tight end on the right side. Slot formation to that side, unbalanced. Handoff goes to Hoffman. He's hit hard by Sweeney. Ball's loose. They're wrestling for it. Number 64 of Shelby was the man who looked like he had a hold of it. I think it was 54, and that is young Mr. Stepsis, Tyler Stepsis, 5'10", 195, sophomore center, who started tonight. Of course, his dad, Ron Stepsis, was a really fine lineman at Ohio University. And now coaching the Ashland University Eagles. Offensive line coach over there under Fred Martinelli. 6 minutes to go.
We wish them well tomorrow against Valparaiso.
Rolling right is Seibert. Got some running room. Now he fires it short. Intended receiver was Studer, I believe, but the ball came up short. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 to go. Shelby's offense really sputtering. They put the ball in the air often, but Tony has not had a good evening throwing the football.
And that's one of the problems with the rollout type offense that they're running. Quarterback has to be an excellent passer throwing the ball on the move.
3rd and 4, possession play for Shelby. Back goes Seibert. Over the middle, fires complete to Studer, but did he get past the markers? I think he did. I think he's got the first down. I think he had to get to about the 33, and when he caught it, he was at the 34.
Right, they gave him his forward progress there to the 34. He was driven back after catching the ball. There, Studer took a 3-step drop, fired the ball nicely to his receiver for the first down.
Seibert to Studer. Studer the receiver, Seibert the quarterback. First down of the second half for Shelby. They had 6 in the first half. And they have it 1st and 10 at their own 34, trying to move in for their first score of the ball game. They got a ways to go. Delayed draw to Patrick. He's got to go to get outside, and he does. He's at the 35 and short yardage to about the 37-yard line. Man up off the bottom of the pile for Lexington was number 35, and that is, number 25, Eric Carnes. Fawcett comes out of the lineup for Lexington. Gain was 4. It's 2nd down, 6 to go. Shelby. Seibert calls the signal. 2-step drop. Looks. Now rolls to his right. Still looking. Wants to throw. Going to start to run now. He's got some room. He's at the 39. He's at the 40. And he's to the 43-yard line before he's dropped. Tackle was missed by Schwartzmiller. And I think we've got an injured Lexington Minuteman on the field right now. It looks as though number 63, Andy Bell, is in a bit of pain as the trainer comes out to take a look at him.
2 of the Lexington defenders collided on that play, attempting to tackle Studer.
I think it was Joe Schwartzmiller, wasn't it?
Andy Bell got the worst of it.
And it looks like might be a leg injury. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see, and while we do that, remind you again about our special sports talk coming up this Tuesday night from the Richland Mall. With me will be Scott Pruitt, the driver of the True Sports Indy car, and he'll, of course, be competing in the Pioneer 200 out at Mid-Ohio on the 14th and 15th, but he'll be with me And hopefully you will be too, because we'll be doing the show in front of a live audience at the Richmond Mall Center Court right outside of Duncan Jewelers. And we'd like to have you there. You can ask questions of Scott and perhaps even another IndyCar driver. We're waiting for word on that. But nevertheless, we'll tape the show from 5:30 to 6:30 this Tuesday night. It'll air from 7 to 8 o'clock that same evening. Please join us for Sports Talk, and be sure to watch it every week on TV 50. Andy Bell limps off the field. He looks to be okay. Third down, a yard to go for Shelby. Handoff to Patrick, and he is met by Sweeney.
Fumble on the play, too.
A fumble, and credit Matt Sweeney with a great tackle that time. I mean, he was in that hole quicker than Patrick. And we've got a man on the ground for Shelby. Jerome Kurtz, a little bit shaken up that time. Great tackle by Matt Sweeney. The fumble was recovered by Shelby. They did not get to the first down markers, and they're going to punt it away. Thompson will do the kicking.
Shelby came out in a robust tee. Everybody in the backfield ran a power off-tackle play, and it was filled nicely by the Lexington linebackers.
Thompson to kick it away. Deep, we've got Fawcett. Waiting for the kick. He's got it. 25. Reverses field. Now gives ground. He's to the 27. And he's going to be brought down right at the 27-yard line. Bubby Flynn was back there with him. Tried to get a block, but he couldn't get in front of him.
So the second punt of the night.
Defense getting a good hand for Lexington as they come off the field. And, well, they should. 3 minutes, 57 seconds to go here in third quarter. No scoring in this period, but Lexington put 20 points up on the board, 20 unanswered points up on the board in the first half, and that's where we are. Really a beautiful night for football. Now it feels a little bit football-ish.
A little crisp evening.
I think the temperature is supposed to go down to somewhere around 55 tonight, but it's comfortable out there, that's for sure.
It's very comfortable for the players themselves to be on a night like this.
Next week, Jack and I will be at Arlen Field for the game between the Senior High Tigers and Barberton. First and 10, Lexington. The ball at the 28-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Goes to Weaver. Weaver steps it ahead to about the 35-yard line. Gain of about 6 yards in that play. Brings up a second down 4. Don't forget the second game here on TV 50 today and tonight, depending on when you're watching, will be Madison at Gallion. Another Ohio Heartland versus the NOL matchup. Right now the Heartland has the best of it here, and they've got a first down. Gerhardt carrying tacklers with him all the way to the 46-yard line. Tell you one thing, he is a tough kid, and he doesn't go down easily.
Now, it took 3 Shelby Whippets to take him down that time, and that was after he already dragged him for an additional 3 yards.
He's not a big kid. He's only 5'11", 183, but he's put together solidly, and he keeps those legs churning.
Unofficially, I have him 18 carries for 126 yards now tonight.
First and 10, Lexington. Handoff again to Gerhardt, met by Trent Patrick as he gets a couple of yards and driven back.
Roberts on the initial hit.
Also there was Thompson. Wade Roberts at the bottom of the pile, number 57 for Shelby.
The biggest thing Lexington is doing here is taking time off the clock. We're already down to 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes left to go just in the third quarter.
Second and 8, Lexington. Handoff to Leskovich into Shelby territory at about the 49-yard line he goes. Steve Clark at the point of the tackle, along with, I believe Thompson was there as well. Next weekend, Lexington will be home to Bucyrus, and Bucyrus is a team that is highly regarded.
Many people think that they will win the NOL this year.
Third down, 5 to go. And with the ball, McCormick keeps it himself. He's got the first down, and he's down to the 40-yard line. Derek McCormick with a good piece of ball handling there. Faked to his fullback Weaver, then pulled the ball out of his stomach and scooted around left end for the first down. They're going to mark it at the 41. Shelby next weekend will be right back here at Skiles, and they'll host Ashland. And the week after that, they have Bucyrus at Bucyrus.
Ashland, a much improved team from last year, soundly defeated Galleon last week in their home opener.
1st and 10, Lexington at the Shelby 41-yard line. Pitchback comes to Leskovich, and a good defensive play by Trent Patrick knocks him off his feet. Trent Patrick has been in on many, many tackles tonight, and he was in on 20 last week against Madison. We're under a minute to go here in the third quarter. No score in the third period, but it's 20 to nothing, Lexington leading. Loss was about 5. It'll be 2nd 15 from the 46. McCormick with the ball down the line. Not much yardage, if any.
This time the outside linebacker on Shelby stayed home.
Benji Lynch was the man who made the initial hit. Benji, number 86 for Shelby. He is co-captain, 6'1", 170, a senior.
Lexington lets the clock run out here to end the third quarter.
That's it, the end of 3 periods at Skiles Field. No scoring in the third period, but the score is 20 for Lexington, nothing for Shelby. We'll be right back. As they took the second half kickoff and marched it from their own 20 into the Shelby 17 before that drive stalled. They got the ball back, and now they're on the move again.
Shelby only had the ball for 6 plays in the third quarter.
Lexington now coming out over the ball. 3rd down, but 16 to go. Maisie split wide to the top of the screen. Stutz is in the slot that side. McCormick on the draw to Ben Gerhardt. Stands at the 40 and just runs right into one of the Whippets. Number 22 hit him head on. That's Kyle Spangler. And he was able to stop Ben long enough to allow some of the teammates to come up and push him out of bounds. Short of the first down. In fact, it's an 8-yard pickup, but they're still 8 yards short of a first down. And it'll bring up a 4th down play, and they're going to go for it. They're a confident team right now. 4th down, 8 to go at the Shelby 38-yard line. Into the lineup, number 43, Bubby Flynn. He split way to the right. Stutz out about 7 on the left side. And falling down is the quarterback, Derek McCormick, and the ball will go over to Shelby, as it looked as though he might have tripped over one of his own men.
Right. Looked like the right guard stepped back as he was getting ready for some pass protection, and his leg tripped up the quarterback. McCormick couldn't regain his balance, and they lose on the play.
Shelby football at the 44-yard line, their own 44. Just trying to get on track offensively. Seibert, the quarterback, fakes the draw, rolls right, fires it upfield, and it's tipped away by Shane Fawcett, number 22. Matt Mott was the man that Seibert was looking for, but again, he's either not seeing those linebackers who are dropping into coverage, or they're disguising their defense better than we think.
That was just a bad pass by Tony. Man on the drag pattern was wide open up here at the first down marker.
2nd and 10, Shelby. Slot formation to the left, rolling that side is Seibert. Seibert is knocked down, and I mean when he's hit by Matt Sweeney, number 54, and as he played a whale of a game.
All 4 of the linebackers for Lexington have been in on many tackles and batted down a lot of balls tonight.
Matt's a senior, 5'11", 175-pound linebacker on defense, center on offense, and he's been everywhere. Loss of 5 in the play brings up 3rd and 15. Another long yardage situation for the Whippets, and they've not been good at it tonight. Seibert back, setting up the screen. He's got Hoffman out there. He's got blockers in front of him. He's got the first down. Hoffman down the sidelines. He's loose. He's at the 20. He's inside the 20 to about the 18 or 19-yard line. And the Whippets, with their biggest play of the evening, and that ball, went from about their own 44 or 39-yard line, I believe.
Right, from the 39 down to, they finally mark it at the 21.
Said he stepped out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and they set the screen up nicely that time.
Right. They finally countered Joe Schwartzmiller blitzing from the backside, setting a nice, let him come. They set the screen on the left side. Nice gain.
Very nice gain. 42-yard gain to be exact. And Hoffman with another big gain off left tackle. Great block by Trent Patrick that time on Sweeney. And the ball is into about the 15. Well, we'll make it the 13, actually. Now we got a timeout called by Lexington here. We'll keep it here at the stadium, though. Plenty of time left in the ball game. 10 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Shelby, again, in Lexington territory. When I say again, they've not been there often, this deep anyway. They had a very golden opportunity in the first half and couldn't convert it. It's going to be second down and about 8 to go at the... Well, no, it's second down and about 2 to go at the 13, not 8. Got to talk to the person running the scoreboard over there. Shelby, Whippets, long tradition in football. And as I said, this is the town where I grew up, so I know a little bit about the Shelby tradition.
You're a legend in this town, aren't you, Mike?
I'm a legend in my own mind, Jack. I was the best left-handed, red-headed quarterback they ever had. Now, if that doesn't qualify things, I don't know what does. I may have been the shortest left-handed, red-headed quarterback. Here they come. The Whippets out over the football. Second down, a couple to go. They have it at the 13-yard line. Seibert is going all the way at quarterback. Hands up the middle to Trent Patrick. He got the first down. Stumbles inside the 10-yard line to about the 8 before he's knocked off his feet by Bubby Flynn. And it's a first down. Goal to go for Shelby. They'll spot it at the 9.
Gain of 4 on the play gives the Whippets first and goal from the Lexington 9.
You just think what this game could have been if Shelby would have been able to score on the one drive where they had the ball down into the Lexington 7-yard line.
Here we come. Back to the action.
Unbalanced left. They're going to run left.
Seibert down the line, hands to Hoffman. Hoffman pile drives his way to about the, looks to be about the 5-yard line before he is met. Down there at the bottom of the pile is Chris Mazie, number 53. Sweeney was there, Schwartzmiller too. They'll mark it just across the 5-yard line. Second down, goal to go from there. Clock moving at 9 minutes, 37 seconds to go. Lexington leads 20-0. Shelby with their best threat in quite some time. And out they come. Patrick and Hoffman in behind the quarterback, Seibert. Hoffman gets the call. Hoffman at the 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Shelby. The Whippets get on the board with 9 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the ball game as Josh Hoffman goes 4 yards for the score. And the Whippets now trail 20-6.
Once again, Shelby came out in an unbalanced line to the right with Jerome Kurtz leading the blocking, going off that right tackle. Good for a Shelby touchdown.
And the extra point try is up, and it is perfect. Kurtz with the extra point, and the Whippets are on the board here with 9:18 to go in the ball game. The score now 20 for Lexington, 7 for Shelby, and we'll have the kickoff for you in just a moment.
That was a great drive by Shelby. A lot of it coming on the ground behind Hoffman.
And, of course, the big play, the screen pass.
Right.
To Hoffman. I think about a 40-yard play, was it not?
Lexington anticipating an onside kick here with 9:18 left. It might be a little bit early.
I don't really think so. I think Tom Stacy will not go away from his defense this early, but I could be wrong. Here comes Kurtz. Nope, he boots it right down the middle. We've got a flag thrown on the kick. It's picked up by Gerhardt at the 15, 20, knocked down at the 20. And let's see what the flag's all about.
It's probably one of the Lexington persons on the receiving team stepping out of the 5-yard zone that they have to remain in. They have to have 5 people within 10 yards of the ball. Side judge threw it.
Ball is at the 22-yard line. That's where they spot it. And so Lexington will take over there. First down and 10 to go. Shelby defense trying to charge each other up. Now they're going to mark it back 5 yards to the 17. And they'll start first and 10 from that spot. 9:12 to go. Certainly not. There's plenty of time for this to become a ball game.
This is a crucial series for the Shelby defense. They've got to force Lexington to go three and out here to get back in the ball game.
And of course, the way you do that, seemingly anyway, is to try to figure out a way to stop Ben Gerhardt. He's had another big night on the ground for Lexington.
Unofficially, 136 yards on the ground and 20 carries.
Last week, 131, so he's over 265 yards in 2 games rushing. Now they're ready to go. The officials blow the whistle, and the clock starts to move. Shelby defense bracing for the attack by the Lexington Minutemen. McCormick under center. Gives to the second man through, and that's Ben. Short yardage. Man who hit him first was Kevin Howell, number 74. Kurtz was also there. Gain of a yard. 2nd and 9.
You had a dead ball illegal participation foul against Lexington. It was a 5-yard penalty from the dead ball situation. So in actuality, they started out 1st and 15.
Hand off to Gerhardt, and he's met in the backfield. And the man who raised his arms as if he must have made the initial contact was Josh Ney, a 6'2", 246-pound defensive tackle. He is just a sophomore. He's got some growing to do.
3rd down and 14 for the Minutemen. This is crucial for Shelby to hold them right here.
Big loss on that last play. 8 minutes to go in the ball game. McCormick pitches back. Gerhardt with the ball. Gerhardt is not going to get there. He'll get it across the 20 to about the 21, and Shelby dove as though they thought there might have been a fumble, but I don't believe so.
No, one of the players got a late block, and he was sliding to avoid contact, getting the late hit.
Ben Gerhardt has come off the field. He looks as though he may have injured an arm. Maybe not. Looked as though he was motioning to the sidelines as he started off the field. Now Joe Glorioso is going to take a look at his left arm.
Shelby, the first time Lexington punted, Shelby almost blocked the punt. 3 people very close to it. Here they come again.
The kick is away. It's not a bad kick, but it hits the sideline right in front of the Shelby bench. In fact, it flew over the head of one of the Shelby coaches and went out of bounds very near midfield. In fact, on the Lexington side of midfield, it'll be at the 49-yard line as the Whippets take over again.
Todd Loffman did a nice job of getting the ball away under heavy pressure from the Whippets.
Gerhardt is experiencing some problems. It's not with his arm. It looks as though it's with his shoulder.
I got a little stinger there on that last contact.
Macy trying to get off the field, and he doesn't get off the field. The flag is thrown. The pass is thrown, and it's incomplete, and
we got another flag coming out. This is...
Did we or didn't we?
The side judge was going to throw it, but he had already thrown his other flag. Again, you had illegal participation.
Stutz gave Williams a shove after the ball flew past his hands, and Kenny Williams went running right toward the railing in front of us.
The referee went for his pocket and couldn't come up with a flag.
A 5-yard walk-off, illegal participation, as Jack said. Will take the ball to the 44-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and 5 to go.
If they're coming off the field, and they've still got too many men on the field, it's a 5-yard penalty. If they participate in the play, then it's a 15-yard penalty.
7:11 to go. Shelby trailing 20-7. They have the ball again. They scored in their last possession. Seibert, the quarterback, hands it to Hoffman. Hoffman, short of the first down, in fact, short of the 40-yard line, maybe gained a yard.
Those Lexington linebackers sure fill the hole in a hurry.
That they do. We've mentioned Matt Sweeney quite a few times tonight. But, of course, there are others. One of those others is Mike Dwyer, number 61. Second down and 3 to go, Shelby. Slot formation. Tight end to this side as well. Hand off Hoffman. He's got the first down. He's at the 40, and he trips and falls with a little help from, I think it was Dwyer, just when it looked as though he had some daylight. And credit Mike Dwyer, perhaps with a tackle that saved maybe not a touchdown, but lots of yardage.
Huffman comes up a little bit limping as with that ankle tackle also.
He goes to the sideline. And I would imagine it's Aaron Hinkle who is going to replace him at the tailback spot. First and 10, Shelby at the Lexington 39. It is Hinkle, number 23, in the backfield behind the quarterback along with Trent Patrick. Seibert barks the signal. Hands to Patrick. Patrick inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. He goes. Dennison and Dwyer combine in the tackle for Lexington.
Even though it's a beautiful night for football and not as humid as it was last night, with Lexington having 7 players going both ways, especially in the trenches, I think it's starting to take a little wear and tear on them as Shelby's starting to move the ball efficiently.
Second and 5, Whippets. Seibert pumps, fakes, and he's down.
Williams was wide open in the flat, but it looked like Seibert almost lost his grip on the ball and pulled it down.
And it was that man again, Mr. Sweeney, who put a shoulder into Tony Seibert, and I mean drove him right to the turf. Matt Sweeney is having a very, very fine football game. Loss is back to the 38-yard line. It's third down and 9 to go. Seibert rolling right, fires. He's got Williams all alone, and he had the ball go right through his hands, and he knows he made a big mistake. And Seibert took a big hit right after he released it. I think it was Fawcett who hit him, and the quarterback for Shelby gets up very, very slowly. Well, you know they're going to have to go for it now, Jack.
Right. Third and 9, 4:50 to go in the game, and down 13 points. That's automatic. You have to go for it.
Steps this out over the football. Suter comes to the right side. Split left is Williams. Seibert, 2-step drop over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Williams. Flynn on the coverage, and the ball goes over to Lexington.
Excellent coverage by Bubba Flynn on that play. Pass was a little bit low.
So the incompletion turns the ball over to Shelby with 4 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the football game. Lexington has been shut out in this half to this point. They led 20-0 at the intermission.
They really haven't tried to do too much other than run Gerhardt either. Been very simple the second half.
Steve Leskovich on the carry for the Minutemen. He has replaced Ben Gerhardt in the lineup at tailback. Ben standing on the sideline next to Butch McCormick. Gain of a yard on that play. It's second down, 9 to go. McCormick looks over the Shelby defense and rolls back to his left to throw. Pumps, fires downfield, and incomplete. The man who dove for it or jumped for it was Kyle Spangler, number 22, on defense for Shelby. And the incomplete pass stops the clock at 4:07 to go.
Kevin Howell forced Derek McCormick to throw that ball a little bit before he was ready to, with excellent pressure up the middle. After going 5 for 6 in the first half, McCormick is only 1 of 5 in the second half, passing-wise.
Third down, 9 to go, Lexington. He'll try again. Over the middle, incomplete. Stutz, the intended receiver, and Spangler in the coverage. Put a pretty good pop in Stutz as the ball went by him, and so Lexington will have to punt it away.
That's been Lexington's favorite pass pattern tonight, dragging Stutz across the middle, and Spangler did a nice job of staying home on that play.
Todd Lofbaum does the kicking for Lexington. And in single safety is Josh Huffman, standing at about his own 26-yard line.
Shelby's coming after it again.
Now they drop a couple of men off, but up the middle they come. They don't get the kick. Good kick. Lofbaum, and a fair catch called for, and fumbled but fallen on by Josh Huffman. So Shelby will start play this time at their own 25-yard line, 75 yards away from the score, but they need 2 to get back in this ball game. And the Whippets out over the football quickly here. They want to get things going as the clock is moving at 3 minutes, 49 seconds to go. Over the middle, the pass is intercepted. With it is Matt Sweeney. He's at the 25. He's at the 20. He's inside the 20 and brought down from behind. Matt Sweeney at about the 14-yard line. And a flag is on the field right now. The man who made the tackle for Shelby, or at least helped out in the tackle for Shelby, was number 53, and that was Tito Workman. But the interception, another big play by Matt Sweeney.
And that interception was not Tony Seibert's fault. Matt Mott fell down, making his pass cut, went right to Fawcett, who deflected it, and intercepted by Sweeney. Made a legal block on the return, blocking below the waist.
Well, I think if I had to pick a defensive player of the game, it would have to be Matt Sweeney tonight.
Right. Father Dick down in front of us, I know, very proud of his son tonight.
And he borrowed my pen at halftime, too. Inside handoff comes to Stutz, and he is wrapped up quickly by Thompson for a loss. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the ball game. Lexington probably feeling as though that interception may have sealed the victory for them. Unless something unforeseen happens, they'll move to their next game with a record of 2 wins and no losses. But they've got a tough one next week. Pitchback comes to Steve Leskovich, and he is surrounded and dropped by about 4 Shelby Whippets. Kurtz is at the bottom of the pile. He helps Leskovich to his feet.
I've been very impressed with Lexington tonight. They have good diversity in their offense, with McCormick passing the ball, Gerhardt running the ball. Their defense has been excellent.
Lexington is at home to Bucyrus next week. That should be quite a game. McCormick is going to throw on this down, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Joe Schwartzmiller. Heath McCormick was out of the coverage for Shelby. That'll stop the clock at 2:23. As we told you, Shelby's next game will be right here at Skiles next Friday night against the Ashland Arrows. We will be at Arlen Field, Jack and I, for the Senior High Barberton game. And Brian Harder and Joe Lorimer will have that Bucyrus-Lexington game next Friday night. You'll see it on Saturday and Sunday of next weekend. 4th and 13, and they're going to go for it. Pump fake, fires it over the middle, complete to Stutz. First down, Lexington. McCormick with a clutch fourth down completion to Jason Stutz. Patrick made the tackle, but not before the first down was picked up, and that should seal it. Lexington will go to 2 wins, no losses on the season. Shelby will fall to 0-2, looking for their first win next weekend. Weaver and Leskovich, the running backs in behind the quarterback, McCormick. And they're going to keep throwing. And that one's tipped away. Don't quite understand this, Jack, do you?
No, I think that they would want to run the ball and take time off the clock. I don't think Shelby will call timeout to stop it. You don't want to get anybody hurt here in the last 2 minutes of the ball game.
Minute and 57 seconds showing on the clock here. Lexington holding a 20-7 lead. They have not scored here in the second half. They led 20-0 at halftime, scoring late in the first half on a 40-yard pass from McCormick. Draw play up the middle. No, McCormick keeps it. Sweeping right in. He's got some pretty good yardage down to about the 8-yard line before Benji Lynch comes up and flips him, then gets some help from a couple of teammates. Thompson, Patrick among the teammates who were there. Clock moving at 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Ball is resting at the 8-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5 at the 8. He's going to pass. He tries to throw it. He does, and it is caught in the end zone. Caught in the end zone. He was in the grasp of one of the Shelby on-rushing linemen, but he was able to find, I believe it was Lofbaum.
Right, Todd Lofbaum.
Todd Lofbaum in the end zone. There were 2 or 3 players from each team right in the middle there, and the pass was zipped right into Todd Lofbaum, the 3rd touchdown of the evening for quarterback Derek McCormick. That comes with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. It makes the score 26-7, and they're still having problems trying to get the shoe on. A couple of the Lexington fans.
And there's the delay of game.
And some of the Lexington fans apparently not happy enough with the 26-7 lead. They want this extra point badly.
Looked like to me that McCormick was originally going to go on that quick pass over the middle to Stutes. And after the pressure, kind of threw it up for grabs, and Lofbaum came down with it.
Kick is blocked. Patrick blocks the kick, and it's now 26-7. Lexington with the lead. And they missed the extra point. But they get the touchdown pass. As I said, that's the 3rd touchdown pass of the night for Derek McCormick. He had one early in the game. In fact, it was the 2nd touchdown, a 6-yard pass to Jason Stutes. Then he went 40 yards to Ben Gerhardt with a little bit over a minute to go in the first half. And now with a minute 11 to go in the game, he tosses it 8 yards with defenders hanging on him to Todd Lofbaum.
That's one of the advantages of having a 6'4" quarterback, though, also.
Yeah, he's a big kid, and as I said, he's only a junior, member of the Minutemen basketball team, 2nd tallest member of that team to a fellow named Jamie Fike.
And with Roger Scruggs from Mansfield Senior moving to Columbus, Jamie may have free hand in the Ohio Heartland this year.
Yeah, Roger is at Columbus Walnut Ridge. Is that right, Jack?
Yes.
So Joe Pratt is going to have to find some shooters and speed, I would imagine, this year again.
Run and stun.
Kickoff coming from Lexington. They lead 26-7, and right down the middle, very high, and a whistle before the kick, and
one of the Lexington linemen jumped the gun there. It's a dead ball situation when he takes off before the ball's kicked. That's been about the only thing wrong with Lexington tonight is a lot of little 5-yard penalties for offside, encroachment.
So they'll kick it now from the 35-yard line. And here we go. There's the kick. Pretty good one, too. Right down the middle. It pushes Hoffman back to the 15, 20. Outside at the 25. Heads to the Lexington sideline, and he's run out there. So that'll be first and 10 Shelby as they may try something here just to get another touchdown on the board.
With Ben Gerhardt obviously done for the evening, unofficially I had him for 23 carries for 140 yards rushing tonight. Another outstanding night for Ben Gerhardt.
Lexington has been impressive, that's for sure. And Derek McCormick has shown that they're not a one-dimensional team. Pass complete to Williams, and he's knocked out of bounds. Stops the clock with 55 seconds to go in the ball game. Second down, about 5 to go for Shelby. Tony Seibert, the quarterback. He's been there for every snap. Behind him is Josh Hoffman. Seibert rolling left. Rush put on, and guess who got him? Joe Schwartzmiller. I tell you, he's almost had free reign from that blitzing linebacker spot for most of the night.
They've sent him about every play that there's been a passing situation.
Clock moving down to about 33 seconds remaining in the football game. Shelby will try to go for it here on third down, 14. Seibert throws, stops the clock, and a flag is thrown. Flag is thrown, I believe, before the play was run. Into the lineup for Lexington comes Joe Falkowski, number 33, a 5'10", 180-pound sophomore, and out comes Matt Sweeney to a nice round of applause, a well-deserved round of applause from the Lexington fans. He's had quite a ball game.
Right, going center, and one of the inside linebackers on the Lexington defense played an outstanding game tonight. Has an illegal formation against Shelby.
And it'll bring up fourth down and 14 because they'll refuse the penalty. So the Whippets will go one last time for it with 26 seconds remaining. They'll just put it up in the air somewhere, and you can bet that the Minutemen are going to be looking for it. Seibert trying to get away from a man. He's being rushed. He's going to go down for a big loss, and on top of him was number 30, Rob Tamelio. And he's down at about the 7-yard line is Tony Seibert. Clock showing 14 seconds to go.
And once the chains are set, clock should roll.
Seconds, and I would hope anyway, that Lexington will just let this thing run out and not try to put it in the air and do anything fancy.
No, they're just barely huddling up, clock ticking away.
Pat Johnson, a sophomore quarterback, is in there. He's number 11. And the clock does tick away. And the Lexington Minutemen win their second game of the season in 2 tries. The final score 26-7. As they defeat the Shelby Whippets, who are now 0-2. Shelby lost last week 33-14 to the Madison Rams. Tonight it's a 26-7 loss to the Lexington Minutemen. And Jack, your thoughts on the game?
I was impressed by Lexington, both offensively and defensively, that McCormick has a nice passing touch. He had some passes dropped on him, but he had a nice pass, and I had him for 120 yards through the air. And, of course, the hard running of Ben Gerhardt, unofficially 140 yards on the ground. Lexington has a real nice ball club, and their defense is going to win a lot of ball games for them this year, I think.
Shelby's only score came in the fourth period. 4-yard run by Hoffman after a nice screen pass that covered about 40 yards and took it down deep into Lexington territory. And Lexington's only score of the second half came with 1:11 to go in the fourth as McCormick had lost by